The father hadn't planned on going for 7 years. Daniel had lived in silence, carrying the weight of decisions he once believed were right. When he walked out of that small house, leaving behind his wife Emily and his then 5-year-old son Noah, he told himself he needed space to find himself. But as time passed, the echo of that slammed door followed him wherever he went. Now, standing outside that same house on a quiet Sunday morning, 1,000 thoughts swirled in his mind. His hand trembled as he raised it to knock. The wood of the door looked older, worn, but still solid, just like the woman he once left behind. He almost turned back, but just then he heard laughter, high-pitched, light, a child's laughter, and not just any child, it was unmistakably Noah's voice, now deeper with age, but still holding the same warmth. Daniel froze. The door opened before he could knock. Daniel? It was Emily. She stood still, a dish towel in her hand, clearly caught off guard. Her hair was tied in a loose bun, a streak of flour on her cheek. She hadn't changed much, still beautiful in that quiet, gentle way, but her eyes were sharper now, wiser, tired, but strong. I was in town, Daniel said. I wanted to see Noah. Emily didn't say a word. She just stepped aside and let him in. The inside of the house was different. Not in decor, it was still modest and familiar, but it felt different. Warmer. Lived in. There were drawings on the fridge, trophies on the shelf, and books scattered everywhere. Dad? The voice came from the hallway. Noah appeared, tall, lean, and looking more like a young man than the little boy Daniel had left behind. He had his mother's eyes, but his father's posture. Daniel was about to speak, maybe even cry, but what he saw next took his breath away. Noah was holding the hand of a man. A tall man, kind eyes, confident, and in that moment, Daniel saw it. The way Noah looked at him, the way he stood slightly behind him, as if protected, as if safe. "This is David," Noah said calmly. "Mom's husband." Husband. Daniel's breath caught. Emily watched him carefully, not out of spite, but with quiet anticipation, like she had been waiting for this moment for a long time. David stepped forward, extended a hand. "It's good to meet you, Daniel. Noah's told me about you." Daniel shook it, but barely felt it. His chest tightened as he looked at his son. "He's tall," Daniel muttered. "He's 12, Emily said." Daniel blinked. "Already?" Noah tilted his head. "Yeah. Guess you lost track of time." There was no bitterness in his voice, just truth. Daniel's eyes wandered across the room again. He saw a picture on the wall. Emily, Noah, and David smiling in front of a Christmas tree. It hit him like a punch. To the gut. This is the life I left behind. But it hadn't stayed behind. It had grown, flourished even without him. "I'm sorry," Daniel said suddenly. "For everything. For not being here." Emily nodded gently, her face softening. We've healed a lot, Daniel. Noah has a good life, but he deserved to. No, you. Noah looked up. You can still be around. If you mean it, Daniel swallowed the lump in his throat. I do. David stepped aside and smiled. Then come have lunch with us. Noah made the lemonade himself. He insists it's legendary. Daniel chuckled a raw, almost foreign sound to him now. I'd like that. And so, for the first time in years, Daniel sat at the table he once abandoned. And though he was just a guest in a home that had moved on without him, he finally understood what he had lost and what he still had a chance to rebuild if he was brave enough to stay this time.